Hey everyone, this is Pranshi Verma. Welcome back to my channel, guys. In today's session, we are going to discuss official Google Cloud Data Engineer Exam Assessment Test 2021 for our upcoming examination. And today's topic is Chapter 6, Designing for Security and Compliance. Let's begin the session. First question is, you have been tasked with creating a pilot project in GCP to demonstrate the feasibility of migrating workloads from an on-premises Hadoop cluster to Cloud Dataproc. Three other engineers will work with you. None of the data that you will use contains sensitive information. You want to minimize the amount of time that you spend in administrating the development environment. What would you use to control access to resources in the development environment? Option A, predefined roles, and option B, custom roles. So here option A, predefined roles, and option B, custom roles. They both are incorrect because they would require more administrations and fine-grained access controls are not needed. That's why option A and option B, they both are discarded. Option C, primitive roles. Option C, primitive roles is correct because this is an appropriate use case for primitive roles because there are few users working in a development environment, not production, and working with data that doesn't contain sensitive information. That's why option C, primitive roles, is best answer for this question. Now just look at option D, access control list, is also incorrect here because access control lists are used with cloud storage resources and should be used only when roles are insufficient. Okay, that's why option D is also discarded and correct answer here is option C, primitive roles. Next question. The auditors for your company have determined that several employees have more permissions than needed to carry out their job responsibilities. All the employees have users accounts on GCP that have been assigned predefined roles. You have concluded that the optimal ways to meet the auditor's recommendations is by using custom roles. What permissions is needed to create a custom role? Option A, im.roles.create is correct answer here because the im.roles create permission is needed to create custom roles. Okay. Option B, im.custom roles is incorrect because it's not an actual permission. Okay, now option C, roles slash im.custom.create, and option D, roles slash im.create custom. They both are incorrect because they are examples of fictitious roles, not permissions. That's why here correct answer is option A, im.roles.create. Okay, next question. You have created a managed instance group in Compute Engine to run a high performance computing application. The application will read source data from a cloud storage bucket and write results to another bucket. The application will run whenever new data is uploaded to cloud storage via a cloud function that invokes the script to start the job. You will need to assign the role roles storage dot object creator to an identity so that the application can write the output data to cloud storage. To what kind of identity would you assign the roles? Option A, user, and option B, group. Option A, user, and option B, group, they both are incorrect because those are identities associated with actual users. Okay, option C, service account. Service account is correct answer in this case because a service account associated with the application should have the roles storage dot object creator assigned to it. That's why option C, service account, is correct. Now option D, you would not, the role would be assigned to the bucket, is incorrect because access control list can be assigned to a bucket but roles are assigned to an particular identities. Okay, that's why here correct answer is option C, service account. Next question. Your company has implemented an organizational hierarchy consisting of two layers of folding and tens of projects. The top layer of folding corresponding to a department. Okay. Now next, the second layer of folders are working group within a department. Each working group has one or more projects in the resource hierarchy. You have to ensure that all projects comply with regulations, so you have created several policies. Policies A applies to all departments. Policies B, C, D and E are department specific. Okay, just understand the question. At what level of the resource hierarchy would you assign each policy? Okay, option A, B, C, D are given here. Option A, assign policies A, B, C, D and E to each folder is not suitable for this question because policy A belongs to at the organization label given in the question. Policy A applies to all departments. Okay, that's why option A is discarded, and in this each of the other policies should apply only to one department's folder. Okay, so option A is discarded. Now option B, assign policy A to the organizational hierarchy and policies B, C, D and E to each department's corresponding folder is correct here because policy A applies to all departments, so it should be assigned at the organization label, and policies B, C, D and E respectively are department specific and apply to all projects. So they can be inherited by projects when they are assigned to the department's folder. Okay. Now option C. Assign policy A to the organizational hierarchy and policies B, C, D and E to each department's corresponding projects is not correct because the policy should not be assigned to individual projects. Okay, given in the question already. Now option D. Assign policy A to each department's folder and policies B, C, D and E to each project is also incorrect here because policy A belongs at the organization label and policies B, C, D and E respectively belong to at the particular folder label. Okay, that's why option D and option C also discarded here, and correct answer is option B. Just assign policy A to the organizational hierarchy and policies B, C, D and E respectively to each department's corresponding folder. Okay. Next question. Your startup is developing a mobile app that takes an image as input and produces a list of names of objects in the image. The image file is uploaded from the mobile devices to a cloud storage bucket. A service account is associated with the server-side application that will retrieve the image. The application will not perform any other operation on the file on the bucket. Following the principle of least privilege, what role would you assign to the service account? Option A, roles/storage.object_viewer. Option A is correct here since the application needs to read the contents of only the object. The roles and storage.object_viewer roles is sufficient in this case. Okay, just look at option B, roles/storage.object_admin is not suitable for this question because roles/storage.object_admin grants more permissions than needed. That's why option B is discarded. Now option C, roles/storage.object_creator is not suitable for this question because roles/storage.object_creator would not allow the application to read the particular object. Okay. Now option D, roles/storage.object_viewer and roles/storage.object_creator is also incorrect here because they both has more permissions than needed. That's why here sufficient and correct answer is option A, roles/storage.object_viewer. Next question. A data analyst asks for your help on a problem that users are having that involves BigQuery. The data analyst has been granted permissions to read the tables in a particular dataset. However, when the analyst runs a query, an error message is returned. What role would you think is missing from the user's assigned roles? Option A, roles slash bigquery.admin is incorrect because that would grant more permission than needed. That's why option A is discarded. Option B, roles slash bigquery.job user is correct answer here because the roles bigquery.job use role allows user to run jobs including queries. That's why option B is correct answer here. Now option C, roles slash bigquery.metadata viewer is incorrect because it would allow access to table and dataset metadata. Okay, that's why option C is discarded. Option D, roles slash bigquery dot query runner is also incorrect because there is no such type of roles assigned in the question. Okay, so here correct answer is option B, roles slash bigquery dot job user. Next question. Your company is subject to financial industry regulations that require all customer data to be encrypted when persistently stored. Your CTO has tasked you with accessing options for encrypting the data. What must you do to ensure that applications processing protected data encrypted when it's stored on disk or SSD? Here, option A. Here, correct answer is option D. Trust nothing, data is encrypted at rest by default. Okay, because you don't need to configure any settings to have data encrypted at rest in Google Cloud Platform. That's why option D is correct. And at the other hand, option A, B, and C, they all are incorrect because no configuration is required. Okay, next question. Data can be encrypted at multiple labels, such as the platform, infrastructure, and device labels. At the device labels, how is data encrypted in the Google Cloud Platform? Option A, AES 256 or AES 128 encryption is correct here because at the device label, the data encrypted in the Google Cloud Platform with the help of AES 256 or AES 128 encryption. Okay, option A is correct. Option B, elliptic curve cryptography, is incorrect at the device label, but it's a strong encryption algorithm and could be used to encrypt data. Okay, option C, data encryption standards, that is DES, is not suitable at the device label because data encryption standard DES is a weak encryption algorithm that is easily broken by today's methods. That's why it's not suitable. Discard it. Okay. Now option D, blowfish. Blowfish is incorrect at the device label because blowfish is a strong encryption algorithm designed as a replacement for dash and other weak encryption algorithms. Okay, so here best algorithms are AES 256 or AES 128 encryption algorithm. Okay, now next question. In GCP, each data chunk written to a storage system is encrypted with a data encryption key. How does GCP protect the data encryption key so that an attacker who gained access to the storage system storing the key would not use it to decrypt the data chunk? Option A, GCP writes the data encryption key to a hidden location on disk is incorrect because there are no hidden locations on disk that are inaccessible from a hardware perspective. That's why option A is discarded. Option B, GCP encrypts the data encryption key with a key encryption key. Option B is correct because the data encryption key is encrypted using a key encryption key. Okay, now just look at option C. GCP stores the data encryption key in a secure cloud SQL database is not suitable in this question because keys are not stored in a relational database. Okay, so option C is discarded. Option D, GCP applies on elliptic curve encryption algorithm for each data encryption keys is also not correct for this question because an elliptic curve encryption algorithm is not used. Okay, so here correct answer is option B. GCP encrypts the data encryption key with a key encryption key. Okay, next question. The CTO has asked you to participate in a prototype project to provide better privacy controls. The CTO asks you to run a risk analysis job on a text file that has been inspected by the Data Loss Prevention API. What is the CTO interested in knowing? Option A, the number of times sensitive information is redacted. And option B, the percentage of text that is redacted. They both are incorrect because the result are not measures of counts or percepts of time that data is redacted. That's why option A and option B, they both are discarded. Option C, the likelihood that the data can be re-identified. This option is correct here because the risk analysis job assesses the likelihood that redacted data can be re-identified. That's why option C is correct. Option C, what info type patterns were detected, is not suitable for this question because the result is not a list of info type patterns detected. Okay, that's why option D is discarded. And here correct answer is option C, the likelihood that the data can be re-identified. Next question. Your company is about to start a huge project to analyze a large number of documents to redact sensitive information. You would like to follow Google recommended best practices. What would you do first? Option A, identity info types to use, is incorrect because identifying info types to use comes later. Okay. Option B, prioritize the order of scanning starting with the most at risk data, is correct here because you should prioritize the order of scanning starting with the most at risk data. Okay. Option C, run a risk analysis job first, is incorrect here because a risk analysis is done after inspection. Okay. Option C is, that's why option C is discarded. Now option D, extract a sample of data and apply all info types to it, is incorrect because that is not the recommended first step. That's why correct answer is option B. Prioritize the order of scanning starting with the most at risk data. Next question. Your startup is creating an app to help students with math homework. The app will track assignments, how long the student takes to answer a question, the number of incorrect answers, and so on. The app will be used by students aged 9 to 14. We expect to market the app in the United States. With which of the following regulations must you comply? Here, first regulation is HIPAA, HIPAA. HIPAA is incorrect here because HIPAA is a healthcare regulation. Okay, so option A is discarded. Option B, GDPR. GDPR is also not correct here because GDPR is a European Union privacy regulation. Okay, so option B is discarded, also discarded here. Now option C, COPPA, COPPA. COPPA stands for Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. Option C is correct because COPPA, Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, is a regulation that governs the collection of data from children under the age of 13. That's why option C is correct. Now just look at the option D, FedRAMP. FedRAMP is also incorrect here because FedRAMP applies to cloud providers supplying services to US federal agencies. Okay, this is very important question guys and frequently asked question in Google Cloud examination. So kindly focus on it and your correct answer is option C, COPPA. Okay. Okay guys, now let's wind up the session. Thanks for watching this video. If you like the video, please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon also for latest updates of my channel. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Have a good day.